Hello, good morning, good day, good evening, welcome. I am Gat720. Welcome to my stream or my VOD. I don't know. I can't think of anything else to say after that. Yeah, so what's that? Right. Happy Saturday, everyone. I've been having a pretty good day too. And things were a little bit weird this morning. If you see my Twitter, there was like some weird internet stuff. I've been having like a bit of weird internet things for, well, maybe not a whole lot, but I've been noticing some weird things. Like a few days, like I remember a few days ago, I was on Twitch. I was watching someone else's stream, and all of a sudden, like Twitch just did not work for me. I mean, like at least not for like just watching other people stream. And I tried resetting my laptop. I tried resetting its internet connection, and nothing. And when I looked it up, it might be because of the internet speed. And I think I have to quote unquote thank my brother for that because he was kind of messing around that day. That required a lot of the internet's, I don't know, speed, power. I don't know what you want to call it, but it did kind of ruin that night for me. Not ruin. That's a little bit too harsh, but it was like the stream was still going on. A lot of people, like weirdly enough, I could, even though I can't see a stream, I could see what a lot of people were saying in chat, and I was missing out on a lot of good stuff. But oh well, what can you do? Uh, yeah, I'm just trying to think of like any other topics to say. I mean, I guess right now I could show off what I mentioned before because last week and the week before, and I think the week before that, I forgot like how long I've been playing that game. It's a little bit hard to keep track for me, but I was playing Bullet Witch for my last couple of streams, and it was a very interesting experience. Like it was a like I didn't had like high expectations. Actually, I had like very low expectations. I was hoping it would be pretty bad, and it was. Maybe not like god awful, but it was definitely it was definitely quite the jank game I was hoping it would be. But like after beating the game, I discovered like it was like a few days after beating the game, I discovered it had like a few other features that I kind of want to just show off for a bit. I'm not gonna be like dedicating the whole stream just playing the game, just showing some interesting stuff I found. Let's actually check that out right now. Just need to boot up the game. I was just reaching for my controller. I don't have the best space. I have to keep the. I end up keeping the controller in a really awkward spot. You don't need to see this. Oh, shoot, my controller. It turned off. Wait, did it work? Oh, okay. Okay, good. I didn't have to, like, reconnect it. So, yeah. This is one of the things I just found out. I should probably mention I found this on, like, a video. I was just mind my own business on YouTube until I came across a video that apparently was talking about both Bullet Witch and Nier, which I discovered had the same developers. Oh, wait, no, this is not it. Sorry, I kind of blanked out there. And it showed this. I was aware it had costumes. Actually, I think I did, but just forgot. Yeah, apparently the game had, like, DLC costumes, and the PC version just came with all of them. Because you can't have a character action game without some really ridiculous costumes. Like, this one I find pretty interesting for lore reasons. Because I think this is the outfit she used to have before she became the Bullet Witch. I mean, that's just, again, that's just my theory, my guess. And then you have, like, a schoolgirl outfit. Complete with an upskirt shot, by the way. Don't ask how I know that. Whatever this is, it's kind of like a, like, I don't know, cross between, like, a Yakuza and a business attire. I have no idea. And then you have, like, one where she's all bandaged up. They said bandaged up. Can't talk. And one where she looks like some kind of butterfly fairy thing. I'm actually kind of curious about this one. Let's just test it out for a quick bit. Actually, no. I have to be very careful because I'm afraid I am gonna end up leaving and it's not gonna change costume. Just pick a random stage. Yeah, this will do. I think the difficulty is also set to. We're just gonna set it easy because I don't really care right now. Do I look like the kind of person that cares about beating Bullet Witch at the highest difficulty? I mean, I don't usually play games on higher difficulty, but the point of this is just showing off some things. Oh wow, that's actually that's actually her skin. I thought that was like part of her costume. She has a. This is a very, yeah, I guess not surprisingly for something that was like mid late 2000. Yeah, when I say mid 2000, she ends up getting like a more revealing attire. I want to say that's like part of the times. Like I think like even like horror game costume, like some costumes for horror games aren't this revealing. Actually, you know, I take it back. I don't know what I'm saying. Oh wait, no, that's a civilian. Oh frick. Still not used to playing as a controller for some reason. I feel like the aim sensitivity is still like a little too high. Like, look at this. Oh shoot. I think what's funny is that this a weapon doesn't really like it only changes their appearance. It doesn't change with the weapon, so it looks a little out of place. I mean, I shouldn't be like criticizing too much. It's just a silly DLC costume at the end of the day. It's not supposed to make sense. Like this is pretty much just all it is. Just like I just wanted to show off at least maybe just one of them. Because I'm not gonna like I mean unless any of you want to, I can probably show off the rest, but I think I'm just interested in showing off the one. Probably should have picked a more that's what I meant to do. Probably should have picked a more interesting attire than that. I mean not attire, interesting level. I meant to say level. Just kind of there. Anyway, let's put her back in her normal costume and try out the mission thing. I forgot what it's called. Concept missions? Let's just put her back in this. Arguably her... I want to say it's probably her best attire. This one's like second best. And the rest are just like... Okay. Oh yeah, what's this again? Oh yeah, I can access my power-up menu, I guess, due to options, which is really interesting. Yeah, again, going back with the video I watched, the guy that was going through this, it looks oh yeah, this is the one. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I don't think I recognize some of these. Because I remember he was like going through like one where he has to like go through the whole level without getting hit shot once. In a game like this, that seems to be impossible. I want to say it was like a different level too. Maybe it's actually this one, but I don't... Whatever, we're gonna try this one out because this one's funny to me. Okay, yeah, this is starting to look a little more familiar now from the video I watched. Yeah, I had to like get through this without dying once, and this is shoot. It would actually make this mission kind of scary to do. Wait, actually, oh right, Wait, hold on, because I think I forgot to show off another thing once I remember how to. Oh yeah, the Gatling gun. Guys, throughout my whole session with this game, I never had a chance to unlock this thing. I just got myself the weird sniper weapon and the shotgun, and that was pretty much it, and some spells. But I never got this thing, and my god, this weapon is actually a lot of fun to use. This is probably like the best weapon in the game. Probably not the best to show it off here. Oh, freaking snipers! Of course, there had to be snipers. For those that don't know, the snipers in this game are scary. Wait, is that? Oh, freaking civilians just throwing me off. Oh, I got that guy. So far, it's so good. I'm surprisingly going to do this pretty well. Oh, maybe not yet. Oh, and there you go. See? I had no idea where that guy came from. I don't really care. But yeah, concept mission. Let's see what the other ones were. I know there was like the one with like, if you get shot once, you're dead. What was the other one? Sky Search and Destroy, Caterpillar City, 7 Minutes, Dynamite Beauty, Endless, Clad in Streaming Black Extra Edition. That's quite the mouthful. City of Screams Extra Edition. I assume that these are like DLC missions too. Yeah, like I don't know, like maybe they're just stuff that you get for unlocking for beating the game, or they're DLC missions. I don't know what this game's DLC catalog is. I'm just making my guess. Anyway, let's enough messing around here. Oh shoot. I'm not supposed to be there. Oh wait. I thought it was on my stream, but it was actually just on my screen, not the stream screen, just my screen. But yeah, like I never thought I didn't know like Bullet Witch even had those, let alone like alternate costumes. But maybe I'm being a little bit too harsh, not assuming like it doesn't have any other content besides just the campaign and that's it. This game, like I think I mentioned before, has quite an interesting following, at least according to like the Steam page for the game. Like there's a lot of people that still played it. There's like a little bit of fan art. Like I mean, I guess like it doesn't matter like how mediocre it is, if it's interesting enough in terms of like its concept, visuals, or whatever. I guess it'll still earn like a cult status. Which for games like I mean, for like I get not just games but movies like Bullet, which is kind of funny to me when you say cult status and it's like a movie about like super or movie or game about supernatural things. uh, I find that a little ironic. Like, is it supposed to be cult status or cult status? I want to say it's just cult status, which I guess it doesn't matter either way. uh. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting week for me. Like it's been like actually like quite the opposite. In fact, it's just been a very uninteresting week. It's been slow. I haven't done a whole lot. Like I want to say Monday I was playing Final Fantasy. Well, no, it was either Monday or yeah, Tuesday. Tuesday I was playing like Final Fantasy 14. I was spending that whole day just going through Rage to try and get some armor, specifically called the Abyssos armor set. If you like type in FF14 Abyssos armor, you can see why. I mean, you can see what it looks like. But yeah, getting like raid armor for that game is not easy. Mostly because like it requires a little bit of RNG or like a little bit of that luck of the dice, luck of the numbers, and it was not doing good for me. Like I had to spend like hours doing the same boss fights again and again and again and again. It was like eating away at my soul. I just want to be done with this. I didn't even really want the armor at first. It was just something my friends kept suggesting I should get. Sorry. Ugh. It was a little bit of gas. My friends was like suggesting me to get it, especially that I have a weapon that would look pretty good, and I do agree. And at some point, I did end up like getting some of it, but then just proceed to just forget about it at some point. But then a little recently, I decided to go back and try to get the armor sets again. Boy, what a mistake that was. I kind of hate getting armor sets from like dungeons and raids. It's not bad. It's just like I just have like zero patience just trying to get all of them with RNG being like the sole factor. You might not get the arm piece you're looking for. You might not be getting the weapon you're looking for. Ugh. They will take me like a whole day or even like more than just a day. Like it might even take, like, depending on my luck, it might even take me like half a week. Oh my god. Like I just remembered like when the Nier Raids came out and I was trying to get like the 2B costume. I don't know why I was obsessing over that. I play as a male character, but I wanted to get the 2B costume. And oh my god, I was like, every time I get to the end and every time I put my roll on it, just hoping I can feel my heart beating. It got to the point where I feel like I was going to be developing like a medical condition. Like I'm afraid when I finally get the armor, I'm going to end up in the hospital. Like I was going to get like a heart attack. I get like way too intense for some reason. It's unbelievable. Yeah, for those that are seeing this in VOD form, I'm sorry if I'm just like I don't really have like there's like a lot I want to say, but I can't really. It takes me a little bit of time to try to dig out what it is, and this will probably be easier to find interesting topics to talk about. I have like an active chat, which for someone that's just starting out, yeah. Not even my friends are on, which like I can understand they're just busy and stuff. Like I don't really like pester them or like leave a message telling, oh hey, I'm on. Like it's not that much of a big deal. It's not much of a big deal. I'm really just doing it just for a hobby and just trying to make myself comfortable with this whole streamer lifestyle that I'm just trying to get the hang of. But yeah, actually, I guess I could use this opportunity because I also did a debut stream, and I even did a debut 1.5 because apparently my first stream didn't got saved on Twitch, and when I did which was not a setting, I had to like go to a setting to turn it on so I can save my VODs, and then I discovered they don't stay there; they're only there for like a week. So I lost not only my debut stream, but also lost debut stream 1.5. So yeah, hi, I'm again Gat720. I am a space marine. You're probably wondering what's a space marine. And for those that heard of the term but seen it somewhere else, a certain tabletop game done by British people. Is GW British? Yeah. No, what the heck am I saying? I think they were from like not the UK. I think there was like the whole thing. Whatever, a British place. I'm very bad at remembering these kind of details. But yeah, no, I'm not like Space Marines as a concept has been around way before that. And it's just like I was always been a big fan of the whole sci-fi militaristic kind of genre. Like things like Star Trek, which isn't really things like Star Trek and Star Wars, but I'm mostly referring to, I mean, like those are not examples of the whole militaristic thing I'm talking about, unless you want to talk about the Clone Wars, but that's an entirely different subject. No, what the kind of like sci-fi stuff I'm into is like Halo, Starship Troopers, Doom, Quake, a little bit of even Vanquish, which is the reason, like, which is I'm just trying to figure out what to say. But I wanted this when I wanted I can't talk. When I wanted to do this whole VTuber stream and start streaming games, I want my first game to be special. I was thinking about Halo, but I want to save that for a very special occasion. Because I was thinking about not just playing one Halo game, but all of them in chronological order, including some of the spin-off games like Halo Wars and Spartan Strike and Spartan Assault. Unfortunately, not Fireteam Raven because that's an arcade game. It's not even like available on like Steam or console or anything. There's nothing I can do about that, and I don't feel comfortable emulating it, even if that's even possible. So I am choosing Vanquish because I want to say that's the kind of game that sums up like that particular genre of like sci-fi action games. I'm really the kind of like sci-fi action genre, I guess, that I'm really into. Which is funny enough because the main character in the game is not a space marine per se, but there are a lot of space marines in that game, so it kind of counts, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to like not to mention it's such a really fun game, a really good time with it too. I'm a big fan of Platinum, and I find Vanquish a very interesting one compared to other games like Bayonetta, Astral Chain, even Nier Automata. I want to say because it's like it's not just a character action game. It's a third person shooter, and it came around a time with like games like Gears of War and similar similar games like Gears of War and similar other games was a little more commonplace. They were kind of given the term cover shooters, and Vanquish. I think I mentioned in my streams that it dared ask the question: what if we don't have to cover whole lot? What happens if we just want to like slide all over, just do like a rocket slide all over the place? You do some crazy like flips and jumps, and you can even shoot grenades, which I didn't know you could do that first. I ended up discovering that through Twitter, and I ended up doing a lot with some mixed success. There's a few times I missed. Sometimes enemies aren't away, and sometimes I might have just died or enemies kind of shot me too much, and I end up wasting my thing a little too early. And it just kind of my meter that does the whole time slow mo thing. But other than that, it was like a really good time, and I do plan on playing like similar other games from that era at some point. Like I've seen games. What were they called? There was like these other Gears like games. Fracture, I think, and not Singularity. Although that is a game I want to check out at some point too. I forgot what they were called. I might have to go back look for them. One involved like messing around with the terrain in your environment, and it looks really generic. And another one, the other one involves like gravity. Like it revolves around gravity, and actually has like a really interesting story that I want to check out. I just can't seem to remember what those games are called. If you don't mind, I'm gonna try to look this up. I want to say it might be Fracture? Yep, that's that one. The Fraction is a generic shooter I mentioned with a generic story. Now, what the gimmick was is just messing around with the terrain. Now, only if I can think. Now, if only I can remember that other game I mentioned before. It's not. I keep thinking Singularity, but I know that's not the game. It's gonna eat me alive if I don't figure it out. Oh, Inversion. Okay, thanks, Google. That is the game I was talking about. It's actually from Namco. I forgot about that. I think I mentioned before, I don't see a lot of like third-person shooters, first-person shooters from like Japanese studios. Like most of the time, it's like RPGs or like not cover shooters. I meant to say top-down shooters. Not even like top-down shooters, but like games similar like Galaga or Toho or something, like those kind of games. But yeah, Inversion. Oh, it's available on Steam too. Nice. I don't know. What about Fracture? Is that game available on Steam? No. Which means I might actually have to buy a physical copy. Oh, it's done by LucasArts. That's something. LucasArts is that studio that makes all the Star Wars games and even the occasional, or actually not even occasional, but they used to do a bunch of point and click games. Monkey Island, Sam & Max, that one with the skeleton guy. It's on the tip of my tongue, but for some reason I forgot the name of it too. What was that one game with the skeleton guy called? Okay, Grim Fandango. Okay, Grim Fandango. Right. Frick. I'm really bad at memory these things. Like one day I hear about them and I can hear a lot about them. Like YouTube usually recommends me videos that relates to these games. But then after that, and when I'm trying to like bring them up in a conversation, they just totally escape from memory for some reason. I do not know why. Maybe it's the streamer curse I heard so much about. Okay. I was also I guess one unfortunate thing that my friends isn't on because I also kind of like I'm also still trying to figure out my audio mixing. Like so far, I think it's okay. I can't help but feel that I might be a little bit too loud, or maybe that's not really the tech side. That's just me. Just I just need to just talk a little bit more slow. Maybe just talk a little bit more calmly, which which should be fine. I just need to like I think I just need to there's just calm and not to just yeah, I guess it's just remain calm. Just not be so energetic, not try to be so loud. So, I'm also just wondering like how I sound when I'm trying to be a little bit more calm because hearing like I'm pretty sure you might have heard some people like when they talk about hearing their voice through recording or streams and they're like, oh, why do I sound like that? It's so cringe. I'm definitely one of those people. Like I sound like when I hear myself, I sound nothing like that. Unlike like it's so weird. Like do I really sound like that? Because I don't hear myself sound like that right now. But when I hear a recording, it's so weird, maybe a little uncomfortable. Like we all can't be like people with cool voices. I can easily accept that. I just hope that for those that come across me, can kind of bear with it. Like I'm sorry I sound like this. I really do. I'm just trying to have fun. Ugh. I've been having oh shoot. Oh yeah, my keyboard, my not my laptop. I use a laptop a lot, and it's kind of getting to the point where it's being all very scuffed. I really like using the word scuffed. It's starting to like show its age. It's pretty like the screen keeps sometimes screwing up. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the screen just it just ends up looking weird, and I have to like shake the thing to make it stop looking weird. And the end button, the end of my keyboard, just the end key. I think that's what it is. The end key is falling off. Actually, it has fallen off, but thankfully I can reattach it. But it's still like very loose, and I feel like at some point it's gonna end up popping off, and I'm gonna lose it, and I'm gonna end up having a keyboard with the missing end. I find that kind of funny. I think it would add character to my laptop, but yeah, at some point I really need to get myself a new one, which is unfortunate because this is actually my second laptop. For some reason, I don't take good care of my things, at least for laptops, and I guess maybe even my phone, because my phone battery is like pathetic. And I even remember the time I was just trying to play like a game on my phone. Uh, it was like a Marvel game. It's almost like a Marvel MMO. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, I've actually been playing a lot of that when I got it, and then at some point it kind of hard crashed my phone. No, not hard crash. I want to say it almost bricked my phone. Like I thought my phone was just never going to work because the game just like it just outright destroyed it. But thankfully, I managed to get the turn off, and I'm too afraid to go back playing on my phone until I get like a better one that can easily handle that game better. I don't think it's the game's fault. It's just my phone just not very up to date. Of course, when games and other apps, I guess, gets a little more complex, your older phones might not be able to run them properly. And you know, it's just the nature of iPhones. Sometimes, like one day you get it, next day you find out it's already out of order, not out of order, obsolete. That's what I meant to say, obsolete. But they make for collectors items, I guess. Like I don't know why would people want to get like iPhones that came out from the 2005, but there you go, or whatever when iPhones started being a thing. I remember iPods. Like I remember seeing ads for those things, and they were like a little bit more smaller. They just played music, and it had things like you couldn't play games on them. You couldn't you can oh yeah, like they just played music, and they were shaped differently too, if I recall. Uh, yeah, iPhones are very weird. Like they're cool, but they're also weird because like how often you get updated and how often like you have to get yourself a new phone. And I remember there was a time I had a different phone before. I had like a different phone and I dropped it, and of course the screen cracked and I want to get it repaired, but fortunately they don't repair my old phone anymore, and I ended up getting myself a new one. The I Actually no, like what I had before was not an iPhone. It was like an iPod Touch, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, it didn't have phone features. But when I did got myself an iPhone, um yeah, actually no, I just got myself an iPhone with no crack screen. I even made sure I even had like a neat little case. It's got a cool case. It's my favorite color, green, which is why I am blue. There's like a whole thing about that. I'm not gonna get into it that much. Actually, I'll probably get into it now because fun fact about this character model, or this actually not just the model, the design came. Well, actually, no wait, I'm going a little out of order because I meant to say because this character originally started out as like a Halo fan character, like just think Master Chief but blue and a red visor. Then at some point I met a really cool friend named Val. I wish I could put a link on her, but I'm a little bit too lazy right now. But I'll post. I'll post. I am planning to post my character sheet soon, just to just to show off, I guess, because I did show off my previous stream, but my debut streams, but again, both lost to the Aether. So here I am, I guess, just talking about all this stuff. But yeah, it started out as like a Halo fan character, Blue Master Chief. And then, when I met Val, I did commission her to, hey, can you do this character? And she asked me if it's okay if she messed around with design. And yeah, at some, like, it was actually around a time when I was considering, like, rebranding myself, because I'm not going to brand myself as like a Halo character. I mean, I'm a Halo fanboy through and through, but I don't want, like, Halo to just be part of my identity, or at least I don't want to have my life like revolve around just one particular game. I'm a fan of many things, not just one thing. So, and this is what you see, and I'm actually pretty fond of it. I don't know, maybe it doesn't like scream Space Marine, but hey, my designs and my lore, which I do want to like. I at some point I want to do like a lore video, but again, like maybe once I start gaining more recognition, or I could just do it right now. But like, I don't know how to put it. Like, there's no rush, and I don't feel like putting extra effort if it's just like I'm still like very small. I don't know if it's like really worth it, or just like I don't know. But like, yeah, I'm just gonna like just wait things out and see. I am just pretty much just doing this. I mean, I guess if I'm doing this for fun and I find lore very fun, I can still. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just gonna like just wait things out and see. At some point, I want to do it, but not right now. Especially again, that I'm just starting out, and I just like figure out the setup for my streams. Messing with my mic. I'm still trying to like figure out my stream stuff. I'm still trying to figure out like I'm still trying to like figure out myself with these kind of streams, and like just dealing with my own I don't know how to put it. I was just trying to like mentally prepare myself for other for like other types of encounters, engagements. Because for the good portion of my life, I don't get to meet a whole lot of people. Like, it's very infrequent, and I mostly know my family and some of my other friends. But I did like part of the reason I want to become a VTuber is because I really want to reach out to more people, because I find the VTuber community really fun, and yeah, no, just really fun. I'm trying to be careful not to say interesting, because I feel like I use that word too lot. But yeah, I find them fun. I find them like quote unquote my kind of people, because I consider myself a bit of a weirdo too. Like, I have a lot of like interesting. God dang, I said it. Well, I have a lot of hot takes, lukewarm takes, whatever you want to call them. Not that being a VTuber is about having takes, but it's a really wild community, and I want to be a part of that. uh I kind of lost my train of thought. I know I said about being part of YouTuber community. I talked about my character. I talked about meeting a friend. Yeah, no, I think that's about it. Uh yeah, I actually had a lot. I guess I could talk about like how I got into like how I managed to set all this stuff up, because I did have to like watch a couple of videos about how to use OBS. I have Sci-Fire spell it SYA Fire. She's a really cool YouTuber and streamer, a VTuber that talks about like she makes a lot of like tutorial videos on like different like applications and uh how to how to set everything up. Like some of my equipment I got because I know I can just jump in, but like I wouldn't even know like what kind of mic setup I would use, what kind of cam I would use, and maybe camera isn't the best choice, but like if I want, but you know, I only have just the one phone. And I don't feel comfortable using it because there are some apps for your phone that can do face tracking for you, but again, like after what I said about hard crashing, and sometimes this thing can also really heat up. I didn't even know phones can heat up. So I'm just gonna wait until I get myself a new phone, and maybe I'll try out the face capture apps. But yeah, like I've watched it. Like she made some videos. She also made some videos like explaining some things how to use OBS, like how to do all of this, and going back to here. I haven't really completely figured out everything. There's like some more very specific stuff, like that little intro, like the little intro theme. Apparently, it is playing, and you can definitely hear it, but I can't. I don't know why I can't hear it. And I looked up videos, like besides her, I've looked up like more miscellaneous, not miscellaneous, but like other like YouTube tutorials on figuring out why, and I just could not find a single one that helped out. So I'm just gonna have to deal with that. Not a big deal. I mean, it does play, and you can still hear it through my. You can definitely hear it. It shouldn't really matter if I can. Oh shoot! That reminds me. Yeah, sorry. I can't believe I keep forgetting about this. Just one second. One second. Yeah. I can't believe I forgot about music. I've been wanting to use music in my streams. I don't know if like unlike what I said before, I can actually hear my music, but I don't know. Volume is a very tricky thing. Like right now, I have it set to very low, but I don't know if it's too low. Because I do want music, but I don't want to be like too overwhelming. The whole point of it is just like to eliminate that awkward silence that I'm never a big fan of. Like even though I'm just having like dinner, I always have like music on. I have something on playing in the background, so like I don't have to like eat in like that uncomfortable silence. I really don't like uncomfortable awkward silence for whatever reason. I always like playing music. I remember. I guess I'm a bit of a music freak now I think about it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should also mess with the volume too here. Actually, I guess I probably don't have to. I just need to make sure that this thing remains pretty low, just not too low, I guess. That's one of the things I did want to do the stream for, not just like talk things out, just just casually chatting. But I'm also using it as an opportunity just to still figure out. Oh shoot, I forgot. Maybe I should try to like. like I said before about the whole trying to speak in a more calm voice. Actually, I don't know if I can. I feel more comfortable just speaking. Like, this is my natural speaking voice. I'm not going to try to do... I think I'm definitely not going to be using filters, but I don't think I'm going to try to do anything. Like, I'm not going to make myself high pitch or low pitch. I don't even know if that sounds good. Like, if it even sounds natural. Because, again, like, I sound like... I don't want to say I sound like a different person, but that does sound like... I'm doing a deep voice. I'm doing a deep voice. But as far as I know, it sounds even worse when I try to do that. I'm probably making this more awkward than it is, more annoying. I'm very sorry. I can't really help with that. Like, maybe I have a habit of being maybe a bit too apologetic. Like, sorry I did this, sorry I did that, I didn't know. I'll do better. I'm not gonna repeat the same mistake twice. Like, if there's anything I try to do is to avoid conflict, because I don't want to, like, upset anyone. It's never my intent to upset someone. And if I did, I will go out of my way to apologize. But probably not too hard that it sounds desperate. Like, what happens. What matters is if I learn from my mistakes and not repeat them again. And there have been a lot of mistakes that I do my best not to repeat. I'm just trying to, I think, okay, yeah, that mistakes. Yeah, just like, I try my best to avoid, causing problems. I don't like causing problems. I kind of want to form, like, a kind of community that just wants to just have fun, to forget about their problems for at least a moment, just have a good time. Like, that's something like a lot of streamers try to do, and I also want to do that. Like, I don't want to cause drama. I don't want anyone to feel bad. I just want to have a goofy, stupid time. Oh, right. I think to go back to the whole, like, my model, actually, I meant to say my character, but now I am talking about my model, is that I really like the look of this model. Like, it's the advantage of the 3D models over 2D outside of, like, price range, because 2D models can be way more expensive than 3D models. Like, this one costs, like, around 300, 400. It was also, like, easy to get to, maybe not easy to get, but the wait time is also, but yeah, the wait time, I'd say. The wait time is good because there was actually another, like, model artist I wanted to commission, but the wait time was like over a year, right? And I just did not have the patience for that. Maybe at some point I'll go back to that person to see if they're available, or the wait time isn't too long. But until then, I'm, like, perfectly fine with this. But yeah, the advantage of the 3D models outside of prices is that I could do stuff with my hands, but unfortunately, I can't do anything about that at the moment. I need more expensive special equipment for that, just to do things with my fingers. I mean, right now it's not that important. It would probably help if I want to, like, emote more. Like, if I want to raise my fist in the air in frustration, or, like, just pretend I'm, like, strangling someone. I don't know. I don't know why I want to pretend to strangle someone, but there you go. Excuse me one moment. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what's missing. Yeah, sorry. I'm so, like, again, the music. I'm also just trying to figure out the music thing too. I got everything planned out. I just need to remind myself to get some freaking music in these. Because again, I hate awkward silence. So coming back here to if I ever come back here to my streams and found out that there's just a bunch of, like, weird silence when I'm not saying anything for a moment, it's gonna make watching these VODs, like, kind of yeah, I guess uncomfortable to watch. I really need to remind myself that. I think that's, like, the one thing I still need to figure out. Because other than that, I'd say I got the whole thing pretty what's the word? Cracked? Not cracked. Handled? I'm pretty I guess mastered is the word. I get, yeah, we'll just use master. Like I pretty much mastered down everything in terms of setting up my streams, making sure my audio is, well, you can hear everything and I'm not muting myself. I'm not like, none of that. It's kind of funny how I keep forgetting I forget of it, that I keep muting myself. It's not, it's like, it's something I kind of, it's a bad habit of mine. Like sometimes I'm talking with friends and sometimes there's like more than one friend that's like talking, like I end up with like a conversation with like a circle of people and one was talking about this and everyone's talking that and I got nothing to say or don't find the topic interesting and I just like tap out for a bit, mute myself, watch a funny video or check out Twitter, and then I unmute myself. But I sometimes forget that I mute myself, so when, you know, they ask me, hey, what do you think, Gat? And I'm just like, yeah, yeah, all that sounds pretty cool. And they go like, Gat, and they go like, did he disappear? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm still here. Are you guys trying to gaslight? No, wait. I forgot to unmute myself, and it happens so many times. It's practically a meme with me at this point. Why do I keep doing this to myself? It'll probably keep happening until I finally like manage to somehow break that curse. Wow, it hasn't even been an hour yet. It's a little awkward. Just, I guess it is incredibly awkward just talking to myself. But at this point, I'm kind of like using these streams as notes, like almost like journal entries, but in stream form. I mean, might as well, because again, I don't get like too many people. If you have seen these, hi, and thank you for watching these, by the way. I don't get like too many I don't get like too, like, of course right now I don't have too many followers outside of just friends. Like I love my friends, I really do. I got no problem with them. Like they're there to support me and help me out whenever I have trouble with something. Sorry, I'm just trying to like mess around with this. Like there's nothing wrong being supported by your friends when you're just starting out with this. And hey, I am having fun like learning all these all this technical stuff. And I also just really like my model right now. Like I've had this for a while now, but I still can't get over it. Like it feels surreal because I don't like this again. I had this character for a long time when I was like young. I want to say like maybe, yeah, I don't even remember, but for like a really long time. It was also something my brother just made, and then at some point I ended up doing things with it. He just kind of like went on focus on other stuff, and I ended up doing this, which he has found out. He has found out about all of this, and he's pretty cool with it too. Again, like I don't want us to just be like, oh, that one Halo guy, which, yeah, but I can be more than just that. I want to be about like, I'm a fan of the whole, I guess, sci-fi action. Like, again, something kind of like Halo, Starship Troopers, Vanquish. Like, those things I'm like really passionate about. But I can also be passionate about other things too. Just like, they just kind of hit me where it counts. In a good way, which sounds weird, but you know. I like your Jurassic Park. I like your Kirby. I like Mario. I like Lava Lamps. But I don't want to be like just. But you know, things like, again, Halo. I keep saying a lot. I'm sorry. I need to stop saying sorry a lot. But I mean, I'm aware. But yeah, things like that. Like, they just struck a chord with me. I have a personal history with things like those. Uh. But yeah, the music, I should probably mention this. Oh. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted. But the music I got, there's I'm listening. The music I got were from two. Sorry, I don't know why I'm like gassy. I hate it. Um, I got it from like two. Well, one's a composer. She called herself Alex G Music, spelled with Y, by the way. Alex G Music. She just like a lot of like her own music. She also done like a couple like Halo fan tribute tracks. I think cover might be the more accurate term. I don't know, but she does a lot of like Halo music. That's what I'm trying to say. Not official Halo music, but like her own take on it. Sorry about that. Don't know where that came from. Sometimes I just cough for no reason. And the other soundtracks, like that's just like half the stuff you're listening to. The other half is it's just, are basically fan reimaginings of Marathon music, which is another classic Bungie game, and it's also appropriate to bring up right now because they did announce that game like not too long ago. I want to say like a few weeks, maybe a month. Maybe I forgot, but it was pretty recent. It was very recent. But I kind of wanted to just bring this up for a moment because Marathon, I was always hoping that it gets like some kind of remake. I don't know about a sequel, but I also would love to see like a reimagining, given that sort of similar treatment, like Doom, like with the gameplay of Doom 2016, I guess, but with the visual appeal of Halo, classic Halo CE, but like with more modernized graphics, I guess. Like that would have been awesome. But instead, it's what's the word? Extraction shooter? I don't know anything about this genre. All I hear is that it's, I guess the game that started it. It's Fortnite, you might say. It's a game called Escape from Tarkov. I don't know anything about extraction shooters, but I know it's a competitive game, and I'm not usually into competitive games. Like I usually play games for story. I don't really care about like, PvP focused games, even they do have like fun lore about them. It's just I need a little bit more than just that. And that's kind of it my issue for the Marathon reboot. Not to mention it's also visually compared to the like I'm not expecting like exactly look one-to-one because the game's really old. Like they're using like old sprites and textures. I don't want to just look like that. I was hoping to, like, again, just make it look a little bit more like that classic era of Bungie with Halo. Again, I keep bringing that name up so many times, which kind of contradicts what I'm saying, but it's like it's the only example I can think of. Okay. What was I talking about? Right, Marathon. The visuals is also another thing that I can't say I'm that into. I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks cool, but it's just doesn't make me think of Marathon. It makes me think it's an entirely different game. I do hope that game does do well, though, at least enough to warrant like maybe a spin-off that does have a story, or maybe like a sequel that'll have a story. Similar to like what happened to Titanfall. Titanfall started out as like a competitive focused game, but ended up getting a really awesome campaign, a sequel that I unfortunately haven't tried out yet. I really should at some point, and I'll definitely be streaming that too. I think I actually do have a copy of that game somewhere in my house. I have to like go look for it. I actually have quite the bucket list that I hope that with these streams I'll be able to clear up soon. I think I also have Wolfenstein too. I really want to try that. Specifically, I don't know. I think it's just called Wolfenstein. It's kind of weird talking because there's been like a couple of Wolfenstein games that are just called Wolfenstein. The recent-ish one that came out, like, I don't remember, but it came out on Xbox One. That version, not the original, not the one that came out somewhere in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, but the one that came out somewhere in the mid 2010s, I want to say, at least the one that came out on Xbox One and other modern consoles. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. I want to say it was like New Order, but that might be the sequel for that game. Let's look this up. Yeah, Wolfenstein kind of suffers from, having those titles are just its name and nothing else, and it makes it hard to differentiate. Cyberpilot. Never heard of this one. Is that the one co-op game? Oh, it's a VR game. Okay, never heard of it. Weird. I hear a lot about these games. Let's see. Wolfenstein 2009. Yeah, the New Order came out 2014, and then it had a sequel called Old Blood. And then the game after that, it had. Oh wait, what? Okay, technically it had 3 games. Wolfenstein. Wolfenstein Old Blood. It came out in 2015. That was a prequel to the new. Okay, there we go. The New Order. So technically, there's 3. Is this supposed to be like DLC or a comic or something? Let's see. Oh no. It's a game. Just kind of throwing me off. Okay, it is an expansion. Okay. That was like you think they would have these like. I'm looking at all the stuff on Wikipedia, and the way it's categorized is a little weird because I thought like they would usually like if this is just an expansion, you think it would be in like the same page as the New Order, but whatever. But yeah, the New Order. Like I had that game. I don't have the sequel. At least maybe not yet. I haven't heard too many good things, but I don't think it's like meant to be like a really bad game. Just a game that just doesn't sit well with a lot of people. I guess I don't know. Because to me, a bad game has to be like broken, buggy, boring, just all around not fun to play. If it has like some, engaging gameplay qualities, like even like Bullet Witch, like the game is very like middle of the road, but it does have some moments of being fun, and there's like some really cool aspects of the game, or at least like maybe cool is too strong a word, but it has some appealing elements, I guess. Like the main character, I keep bringing up, but I do kind of like how the main character looks. I like that her gun looks like a broomstick, but that's about it. I mean, there might be a little more to talk about, but that's all the ones I want to talk about. And hopefully, I'll be the last time I talk about Bullet Witch, because I don't want to like. I kind of want to just move on from that now. Matter of fact, since I've shown off pretty much everything, I'm just gonna uninstall it and not think about it ever again. Like maybe at some point I'll just straight up delete it, but yeah. That's one old 360 game down. A couple of more I want to check out eventually. I mentioned Inversion, Fracture. I'm also interested in trying to get what was that game called? Too Human. Too Human is a very interesting beast that I really want to get into, because there's a lot to talk about that game and the studio behind it and its weird history and how it ended up pretty much being like that game is kind of illegal at this point. Not like you get in serious trouble, but yeah, maybe illegal isn't the right word, but the game got caught in some really bad legal stuff that pretty much removed it from stores and digital fronts everywhere. I also remember, like, as a kid, always wanted to try out that game. But whatever reason, never did. Don't know why. Maybe it's because I keep forgetting it. Or, actually, no, I think at the time, even as a kid, I thought the game was weird. Like, how the gameplay is weird. Maybe it's just because I thought, maybe I just can't get into it because it's, like, too advanced for me. Nah, the game was always pretty weird. Nah, the game was always pretty weird. Like the one I think it's really that stood out to me was that you don't like use triggers or buttons whenever you're like using a melee weapon or a gun. You have to use the analog stick for some reason. Like there's a reason like we don't use like analog sticks for combat outside of just moving characters and cameras. Yeah, I really want to like get to that. I really want to get to that game at some point too, but I already have like a big list, so I guess it'll just be another one for the bucket. Oh, okay, finally, I managed to make it a little more to an hour. I don't know what I'm doing. uh, but yeah, this has been like a really weird stream because it's mostly just been me talking to myself. I don't have really anyone to talk to right now. I mean, like, I was kind of hoping, but oh well. Like, things happen. Not everything can turn out as well as you planned, and maybe hopefully at some point I will. I'm gonna always remain optimistic because I don't really see the point of being cynical, angry all the time just because there are a lot like streamers and VTubers out there. They're like, I don't understand. Why don't I have like more viewers? Why is just like my friends and my mom? uh I'm losing my train of thought again. I need to stop doing that because I'm gonna end up destroying a lot of trains. Uh yeah, there are a lot of people that goes into this expecting like, oh, I can make a career out of this, and then they put a lot of money, they get ready both physically and mentally, only for it to not like they barely get any viewers, or they only get like very few viewers, like up to 10 or something, and they get like all pissy and start ranting about things. Like they go like they blame like female women girl streamers. I don't know what is the right term to not make it sound weird, but like they go like, oh, it's because of a man and only women get better treatment. And it's like, no, that's not it. Like it might look like that might be the case, but it's not really it. That's not the case. It's just sometimes things like this has to take time, like maybe a lot of time. I don't know how long it will have to be, but just just keeping a little optimistic. And if you really don't think the streaming thing's for you, you can always just stop and try something else. Not me though. Like I'm gonna see where this whole VTubing thing takes me. Even I have like little to no viewers. Like there's a lot. I want to say there's a lot of opportunities for me to get like viewers, but I am just starting out, and like I said before, I'm still trying to figure out myself until I feel a little bit more comfortable doing this, and feel a little more comfortable with myself expressing, and maybe even try to get a better hand on my quirks, like my vocabulary. I know I've been using like certain words a lot. I keep bringing up certain names, and I just noticed. Oh, sorry, I was just like looking at my laptop. I have my laptop on because I can't really. Actually, I don't even know why I have it on. I guess because I usually have this on when I have it for gaming. I don't really need it right now since this is a chat stream. I'm just kicking back and relax. Tomorrow is probably going to be a little bit different. Or maybe it'll just be more me, or it'll just be me chatting, I don't know. But actually, yeah, I think tomorrow is going to be a bit different. I'm also considering like maybe streaming on Tuesday too, because there's a really Tuesday? Is it really Tuesday? I have to double check my schedule because I want to stream on a really special day because I play a lot of Halo Infinite, and I know there's going to be a Season 4 update where there's going to be a lot of like new game modes, content, but I don't remember when it's coming out. I think it's supposed to be like next Tuesday, this Tuesday, or it's supposed to come out on the 20th. I don't remember. Let's see here. Okay, it's coming out on the 20th, and the 20th is... Oh, I was looking at the schedule wrong. Yeah, Tuesday. Okay, yeah, I was right. It was Tuesday. So I have at least I want to try streaming on Tuesday just to show off some of the Halo stuff. I know I said I'm going to be, if I'm going to be streaming Halo, it has to be, like, a really special occasion. But I didn't say anything about multiplayer, let alone, like, Infinite's multiplayer. Because I really want to support that game. Like, it had a really rough launch. Like, I mean, it was pretty successful, but over time, a lot of people just kind of lost interest and just kind of move on with other things, which is fine. But I want to I still want to support the game because it has gotten a lot better since. We've got like a lot more interesting features and made some it made some like really cool updates, like a lot of like reworks and balances and new maps and Forge and custom games. Those are like really important to Halo. And what's also important is Infection, which is a game mode that's going to be coming out on that day too. I never, like I said, okay. I guess another thing that I just mentioned that I'm kind of contradicting myself is that I did say I'm not a PvP guy, and admittedly, like I did play a little bit of Halo Infinite's multiplayer, and I absolutely get it. I still don't consider it my thing, but I can understand why. And there's still like a lot of cool stuff to like get through multiplayer. Like I know there's like a coding I want to get. The coding is like what you use to color your Spartans. We used to do it. We used to do it freely in past games, but Infinite's kind of a unique case with that in terms of customization. I'm not gonna try to get into that. Like I said, I don't want to. I don't want to. I really don't want to I really don't want to invite like any more like drama about that. There's already a lot enough to discuss. My only advice about the whole buying cosmetics in Halo Infinite is that get whatever that appeals to you. I mean, if it appeals to you in a certain way, get it, and just think with your wallet, because it's not going to go any. Because the shop is not going to go anywhere, no matter how much you cry, beach, moan. It's gonna stay there. Maybe, hopefully, it'll be different in a future Halo game. But yeah, just decide with your wallet. Think what you think was worth buying. Because if there isn't anything there, don't even bother. Don't even just try to get something else. Just try to get like something from the season pass or something. I don't know. Because I definitely spend money in shops, but only on like a few specific things. A helmet, a set of gloves that actually reference Final Fantasy 14. There's a description that said "feel, touch here" or something like that, and I find that very cool. I think it's also called Crystal or something. Funny enough. It's actually cool to see like a Final Fantasy 14 reference in Halo. Is it weird that I kind of want to see a crossover between those two? Well, it's either that or PSO2, and I think PSO2 is a little more likely because both games you can access on the same console, and they did like sort of like PSO2 does a lot of crossover content with like various anime and games. Like right now, they just announced they're going to be doing a collaboration with Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, Ghost in the Shell. I also like the most, and of course, being a Sega game, they also done like a lot of like Sega collaborations, like Sonic and Yakuza. I want to say they did Yakuza stuff. My memory's a little fuzzy. They've done, like I said, they've done a lot of crossovers, so it's a little hard for me to keep track. I think the two most noteworthy crossovers they did, maybe three, I don't know, but was Evangelion and what was the other one? Yeah, Final Fantasy 14, because they actually had boss fights. You can fight Odin in PSO2, and it was awesome. You can fight one of the angels from Evangelion, and it is awesome. You even get to use mechs, like not the mechs of the show. The game have its own mechs, and it's really awesome. Unfortunately, they never did anything like that ever again. Probably because just maybe it's a little bit too expensive, like resource intensive. I kind of hope they do more of that in the future, though. Like, I still kind of wish they do that. What else? I know I keep bringing up collaborate. Oh yeah, and Sword Art Online. I guess the only interesting thing is that one has like a little story, like you can interact with the characters from that anime. I guess that's kind of neat. Because most of the other collaborations, they don't have like crossover quests. It's just an excuse. It's just like, hey, check. You can now make your character look like a character from a completely different game or anime or something. You can use their weapons and accessories. PS2 does that a lot. Yeah, I got nothing to follow up with that. PS2 really does that a lot. I really enjoy playing that game too. Customization in that game is wild. Like, I want to say it's one of the most wild ones I've seen compared to other games. Actually, I want to say, like, in terms of like, I know a lot of games from Japan, PSO2, Soul Calibur, whatever. I can't think of any examples. Those are the only two. They tend to have like more out there character customization compared to like Western games. I mean, Western games also have like some, like, I remember playing this game called Secret World, and you could dress up like a literal just cowboy or clown, and in that game you fight like freaking eldritch creatures, zombies, freaking demons from hell. It's a lot of people just have like issue with that. Not just like with PSO2. Wait, hold on one sec. I just realized. There we go. Like I just like a lot of people tend to have issues when they have like costume when they wear like costumes, accessories that aren't lore friendly. I want to say. I think that's a good description. I think that's a good description. That are not lore friendly, and I definitely have like issues with that as well. But the thing about character customization in games is that just let it, like it's a point of it, not a point. Like character customization is all about player expression. It's like what you feel comfortable. It's like it shows all what the kind of things you're into, whether it's like wearing heavy armor, wearing more contemporary clothing, if you're small, tall, thin, or curvy, whatever. Like just let them wear what they want to wear. Don't make a big fuss about it. Like you like wearing what you're wearing, and they like what they're wearing. I don't think we need us like. We don't need to be so dramatic about it. It isn't like that for like all games, most of the time anyway. Like even Souls games, like they have like a lot of like they have a lot of outfits, armors that fits with the setting, but the actual character customization, you know, when you're customizing the physical features, you can end up making them look like weird, like Shrek looking ugly frickers. And sometimes you can just go through the whole game butt naked if you really want to. So no matter what, there's no escaping that. It all matters of what you feel comfortable playing through. That's it. Like if you want to look like a memer, like you just come in with just one big joke design, go at it, have fun. I'm not gonna like. You shouldn't let anyone tell you how you should look, unless they want to be like, I don't know, fashionista or something. That's what I kind of realized ever since like Final Fantasy 14. I've been becoming more and more like a fashionista. Like not just for 14, but like even since then, like now even like PSO2 and even Halo Infinite. Like I'm always like looking at other players' looks and I'm like, yeah, that looks cool. Maybe you can add like that thing, or maybe you can remove that, or try to go for a different color. Like instead of like orange, go for gold, or instead of green, like instead of blue, go with purple. You know, things like that. Which is kind of ironic for myself because most of the outfits I tend to go for are a little bit, I guess, basic. I try to go for more lore friendly designs, which I understand isn't always the best. Sometimes I even try, like sometimes I don't really do a whole lot. Again, back in 14, like yeah, players that try to mix and match different pieces for like feet, pants, chest, gloves, headpiece. I just go for like the whole set. I don't like just one singular set, not like gloves from a different set or pants for a different set. I just try to go for the whole thing. Like I don't really do mix and matching a whole lot. I've done it with a few outfits, but not for everything. Most of the time it's just me just sticking with the one, just going for the whole thing. That's it. Yeah, I'm just trying to think what other talks to talk about. It's like I'm having a therapy session with myself. I'm making myself look like a total weirdo doing this, but you know what? Again, I'm having fun, and what I'm doing is not really hurting anyone. Maybe their time if they're like bored. Like, sorry if you came here bored and was hoping for something a little more excited. Like, what else am I supposed to do? I'm pretty much all alone here. If you're ever enjoying this and like hearing me talk about things, and you ever have anything to add, like I don't know, like you can go to my Twitter and leave me a DM, like talking about this thing I mentioned about before. Maybe leave me a timestamp because sometimes I don't have the best memory. I could end up forgetting everything I just said the next day, which, like, okay, that's a bit of a hyperbole. I don't like forget everything, and I'm probably not gonna forget everything like tomorrow. But I'll end up forgetting like some things I might have said, and I'll definitely like recorrect myself to try to re-explain like how I feel about this or that. Yeah, sometimes like I'm not really good at explaining. I'm going to be super clear. Maybe I already figured it out, but I'm not really good at explaining a lot of things. Like sometimes, like I sometimes for whatever reason I struggle trying to explain. Okay, this is why you should like this thing, or this is what you should do, or this is why this and that, and you should this and this. Like I'm just like, well, it's about a computer and it has a face and he eats people and that's it, I guess. Like some like you have like people making like video essays, like hour-long video essays about like the intricacies in this movie or TV show or game, and I'm struggling to even think of a minute's worth of information. But I try my best, and I try. Sorry, yeah, I try. Yeah, I just try my best to. I try my best, even though I don't do it really well. Like right now, I'm trying my best to figure out like other topics, because I could probably end it right here. There isn't like a whole lot of action going on. I guess I'm just trying to think of like whatever else. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the music. I'm just vibing right now. There's actually like a different couple. There's like a couple of different versions because all this came from like the same guy. He really likes Marathon's music. And I went for the one that had like these more I guess relaxing. They're a lot more relaxing to hear. Like well, maybe not relaxing, more calm. I don't know, but you know, I feel like these are like good music to me for streams. At some point, I really do need to find like more legitimate music, maybe. Like, yeah, okay, there we go. Like legitimate music, maybe. Not, I mean, like this is like I don't even know what that means because this is music and they sound good, but I guess music that's more fitting for my streams instead of just like grabbing random ones that hopefully doesn't give me copyright issues. Because that's the most important thing when you're trying to find like background music for streams is making sure they don't give you copyright strikes. Because some of them are not copyright free. There's a couple that you might end up accidentally playing without knowing, and then you end up getting a strike. And I am trying my best to avoid that since, like, again, one is like a bunch of like fan-made versions of Halo music, and the other one's like fan-made versions of Marathon music, and I don't think I have to worry about getting copyright for those. I think maybe, but at some point I do want to get like music made for these kind of streams. Like the kind of music I want to look for is something like, I guess something that sounds sci-fi, if that makes any sense. Like I want to find some like chill sounding sci-fi music. I guess synth is also a good example too. I do want to kind of sound a little retro. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really thought that one through, to be honest. Like, I guess something sci-fi, something a little retro. I have to do a little bit of searching for that one. I have to do a little bit of digging on like various like music places on YouTube, and maybe if there's like any composers that does commissions, I'll definitely like consider them. But until then, I'm just gonna be sticking with these for now. For now. I can imagine like some people might not be into these kind of music, or even like maybe the quality of the music. I don't know. Like it's really hard for me to find like music that not only fits with my aesthetic, But it's also just kind of hard to find music that I feel comfortable using without not worrying too much about copyright or something, or just music that just sounds good to me. I mean, they should sound good to everyone, but also just like I wouldn't be using like something that's like that sounds good but doesn't sound like me. I mean, that doesn't sound like that fits with this stream, or like I don't know. I'm just trying to find music that fits and sounds good, and if this doesn't sound good, I'm sorry. Like I mean, they sound good to me, but I mean, you know, just everyone has their own personal preference. I have mine. Getting a little bit tired actually. Oh yeah. Hopefully, I guess I want to bring this up that hopefully, like I know there's like a couple of movies that came out. Two of them are really interested in seeing. I've already seen the Colorado movie that came out in a limited time. I watched Across the Spider-Verse. I really want to check out a new Transformers movie. Shoot. Again, I don't know why I'm so gassy. Ugh. It's disgusting. I hate it. But yeah, there's like two movies I want to check out: a Transformers movie and Flash. I haven't heard a lot of good things about Flash, but mostly because like a lot of, like whenever I hear someone speaking something bad about the movie, it's mostly just the effects. And I keep seeing this weird random clip of Flash putting babies on microwaves. I have no idea what is with that. I have no idea the context of that. I don't even think that's in the movie. I think that's like I think that's the AI generated thing. Like I even talked about this with my brother, who knows, who tends to knows a little more about this stuff than I do. He tends to know a little bit more about certain things, and if there was actually like news about like Flash putting babies in the microwaves, he would know about it too. But if he hasn't heard about it, then yeah, it's gotta be like some kind of deep fake. If it is actually in a movie, then yeah, I guess that would be a really funny scene. But if it's not, then yeah, it's just all it does. It's just like confusing the hell out of people. It's definitely confusing me. Like I have no idea. Like, why would anyone make a scene like that other than I guess, oh yeah, and I guess there's also the whole Ezra Miller thing. I'm not gonna get into it. You're probably better off looking up on that. But yeah, I guess I'll check out that movie too. But I want to see Transformers first. I've been hearing more good things about that movie, and I'm also a Transformers fan, so I really want to check it out. Like not so much like the earlier Michael Bay movies. I want to say I got like I really don't like the Michael Bay movies. It took me a long time to realize that these movies are not good, and I'm just like at first I really did like them when I was young, but when I got older, of course, I'm just like, yeah, actually, I'm not. I don't know why I got into those. There are a bunch of like weird movies. Like they had they're based on like a popular children, like not children. Well, I guess maybe children, but like they're based on a popular IP, popular beloved IP about two warring factions of transforming alien robots, and they're supposed to be like lighthearted. It might not be the most artistic thing. It might not be the most intelligent, I guess. But you know, they had heart, they had soul, they had like cheesy, sometimes campy fun. But the Michael Bay's interpretation of the Transformers, at least earlier on, because at some point he ended up not making those. I mean, they ended up still making Transformer movies, but not with him. And they were just pretty much schlock. I'm just gonna put out there, they were just schlock. They had like a bunch of hypersexualized scenes, a lot of juvenile humor. Like, yeah, one scene of Bumblebee peeing on a guy. I don't know how you make a Transformer, like, give someone the golden shower, but there you go. You got dogs humping, pop brownies. And even in the second movie, you had, like, a woman who was apparently a Decepticon that was trying to seduce someone, the main character. And it's like, one, having Transformer disguised as humans is a pretty cool concept. And two, why have to make it a hot woman that's trying to get into his pants? Oh, that's just gross and creepy. Oh, freaking those movies. And like the use of Linkin Park music. I don't have anything against Linkin Park. I don't think their music are bad. They just don't really fit with Transformers. Like some of you might say, well, some of them were made for the movie. They just, even they just don't fit. Like tonally, they just don't fit they just don't fit that sort of that Transformers vibe, I guess. But until like Bumblebee, where like they had that movie took place in the 80s. Bumblebee had like the Transformers had less complicated and more show accurate designs, and they even had like classic Stan Bush music. That's been like a recurring thing in the franchise. This songs done by Stan Bush, like "You Got the Touch." Hope that doesn't get me copyright just by singing those 3 words. Just saying those 3 words. You got the no, okay, 4 words. 4 words from the lyrics. But yeah, like Bumblebee, weirdly not, like it's a really I guess in my opinion it's a good movie, but like a lot of people, there's also like when that movie came out, there was like a lot of people that didn't like it. I want to say, yeah, no. Over the course of time, I think people has grown more, like has warmed up to it more. Like over the course of time, people are warmed up to it more. Like I think I kind of want to blame Michael Bay that because of him, it kind of gave the wrong impressions for the franchise. Again, I don't want to like invite hostility or toxicity or drama. Like I don't like Michael Bay, but you know, just like whatever. Like I don't like, if I don't like his movies, I just don't watch them. Simple as that. I'm not gonna like rant about it. Maybe like poke fun at it, make some jokes about it, but that's about it. I'm not gonna go like, oh, he's like the worst. He's like the worst director ever. I don't like. He sucks. Like every time his name bring up, I had to bring up the fact that he's a bad director. His movies are stinky. He's a stinky guy. He's a stinky director that makes stinky movies. Yeah, this isn't all about that. It's just like, if I don't like something, I just don't watch it. Simple as that. And I'm not gonna like, you know, constantly rant about it whenever his name is brought up. You know. Just, if I want to, I usually find other ways to put my energy in something. And I do consider myself sort of like a passionate, like I guess I'm passionate for a lot of things, but not enough to make me go like foaming at the mouth whenever they do something I don't like, because there are a lot of like fandoms that have people that does that. Spider-Man, Halo. I'm trying to think of some other examples, but nothing's coming up to mind. Like I guess Sonic 2, but that one's kind of like a no surprise there. I guess Spyro. Like I still like. It's always like it gets so bad when your fan sometimes sends like death threats. I probably even shouldn't bring this up, but sending threats to people who work on them. Like that's always like uncomfortable, and that's the only time I'm gonna bring that up because again, I probably shouldn't even be talking about this. But yeah, there's usually like some really bad eggs in these fandoms, and they tend to overblown these kind of circumstances, and I want to make sure that we're not really all about that here. We try to like hopefully try to be a little bit more positive, hopefully not to the point of being toxic positivity, because that's also a thing. Like I don't want to ignore the bad, but I don't want to like focus on it too hard, if that makes any sense. Like I'm always like a firm believer of balance. Like I want to focus on a little bit more on the. I want to focus more on the good, but I don't want us to just ignore the negative stuff too. Because how are things supposed to get better if we don't point out the bad? You know. It just, I guess it just depends like how we express it. You know. Like if you don't like it, fine. It's fine to express some criticism. Just, you know, try to be like mature about it. Try to be constructive about it. Don't just be like they sound like don't make it sound like they took a piss in your Cheerios or something. Like they end up like spilling your coffee on the floor on purpose. Throw eggs at your house in your car. Shaved your pet like your cat or dog. Because at the end of the day, like, these are just like things that we entertain ourselves with, and it's not really worth getting so hostile over. It's just never like a good mentality to have. Like, I don't understand why people get so hostile about it. Like, it's fine to have issues with it. There's a difference between being like having issues with it and treating it like it's literally the worst thing in the world for some reason. Like, there's a lot I want to talk about the Halo fan, like the Halo fan community, but I think I'll say that for another time. Just if you have issues with it, be mature about it. Don't just like, don't open yourself up to be a punching bag, I guess. I mean, I guess you're gonna end up, that's probably not good advice, but yeah, just try to be mature about it and try to think before, and try to really think long and hard about it. Don't just be like you have to think to yourself, is this really worth being upset about over like things that, like things that might have actually like affected people's lives than just, just things that actually like affected people's lives. Because this is really just about like going a little overboard about like games, movies, comics, TV shows. And just tell you how people really need to just take stop, like just take a moment, breathe, and try to do some self-reflection. Like, I hope, again, like, I'm not good at explaining, so I hope what I said makes sense. That's probably another thing, because I might end up, like, I might have accidentally contradicted myself, or what I said made no sense. Like I said, I mostly like to talk about, like, stupid stuff, like, fun, stupid stuff. Like, maybe I'm not really good at trying to be, like, more, insightful. I mean, I do like being insightful, but I think I'm a little more... I mean, I do like being insightful, but I guess I have an easier time talking about, like, sillier things, too. Like, I do want to be an entertainer, not just, like, a guy who's all about making motivational speeches or something. I think that's gonna be it for me for now. I'm getting a little bit tired. Probably need to figure out for lunch. If you happen to come across this stream, thank you for... Actually, no, if you just happen to come across the stream, I'm managing to watch it from beginning to end. Thank you very much. And I'll be seeing you guys, or random people, tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't really thought what I'm going to be doing for tomorrow. Sorry, I'm just trying to, like, scratch something. Hopefully I don't... I need to not, like, try... If I'm going to get hand tracking, I gotta make sure I don't scratch myself too much. I think that's going to end up being distracting for streams. But yeah, if you happen to watch this from beginning to end, thank you very much. And again, I apologize. Like I've said again, this will be the last time for today. Because, again, I did intend to, like, try to, like, engage. I'm just thinking of a lot of stuff that pops up in my head. And I think it would have been a lot easier if I just had, like, people to talk to. I'm just basically just talking to myself. But, yeah, I hope you did find this, like, a fun experience. Just watching me talk or just listen to me talk, whatever. This is Get720 signing out.